Welcome back! My name is ballerscuba. This is Video Games Overtime! We are still in 1987 and we are still in Dragon Quest II. We last left off, I got the golden key, which has opened up a ton of stuff for us. So we are going to basically sail around the world and seeing what we can do with our golden key. The first thing though that we're going to do is head back to this shrine. This does not require the golden key, but it will require that echoing flute that we got somewhere along the way. We got after the shipwreck. And there is an echo here, which means that it is close. What if I use it over here? Is it louder? Let's see. I don't really hear a difference. Let's get right on top of it. So I know that it happens to be right here. In other versions of the game, it'll be lit up for you, but not in this version. It'll have a little thing to tell you. So if I'm saying right on top of it, does it sound any different? Not that I can tell. So let's just go ahead and search here. This is where it's supposed to be. So you kind of have to know that the X you can walk on, all that kind of stuff. But in this little nook, we can find the sun crest, our first crest of the game. Let's see where it is, because it's not an item. It shows up on the status screen here. You can see that little sun emblem is the sun crest. All right, one down. It is time to move on. We are going to head west of here, back to the town that we, well, it didn't really look like a town. Back to where we were before. I need to be on the southern side for this. Yeah, we can kind of go all out on these fights because we're going to be going to a lot of towns, and I do have plenty of money at this point. You will need at least 2,000 gold for what we're about to do. At least that's what I've been told. But I've been told falsehoods before. And Maria is asleep because, of course. I guess like that. Now Kane's asleep, so it is just the hero. We can just fight our way to victory at this point, I think. As long as Hero is awake, we can continue to win, basically. All right, so let's head west of here. Remember, we kind of went over here and then we were blocked by a golden door, basically right where we started. So let's see what happens if we have that. And this looks difficult. Okay, so you guys go for the muddy hands to start, and you go for the woodlers to start. This looks not great. Yeah, that's why I wanted to go for the muddy hands, but we'll see what we can do. Stop spell did not work. Oh, well, now we're already gonna need to heal, but I was going to heal no matter what. Let's have you fight the woodlers and you go for the muddy hands. Okay, we're still able to use our spells. Down goes one of the woodlers. Muddy hands still going. Okay, you guys go for the woodlers again, and you go for the muddy hands again. We're very close to a town. At least it looks like a town from the outside. Let's just have you heal. Yeah, let's be on the safe side here. Then you use your staff. Didn't matter, we went first. Okay, we're gonna risk it. We're gonna try to make it. 3 steps and we're in. Okay, remember, like, we couldn't really do anything here. Everyone has gone somewhere. I feel so lonely. Turns out where they went, it's probably in here. But he didn't have the golden key, so he couldn't make it. And we've made it to a town! Let's talk to people here. How are you doing? Welcome to the town of Pelpoi. In other versions, this is known as Burrowell, so completely different. I am the songstress Anna. Let me sing for you. Is that her singing? Like, that's not... Yeah, that's just the music around here. I was like, wait, it sounds different, but I think that was just the music when we got here. Okay, let's see what the weapon shop has. The giant hammer, dragon killer, sword of light, mink coat, shield of strength, and iron helmet. I can't afford any of it, really. I could afford, technically, the giant hammer and the dragon killer and the iron helmet, but we're not going to do that. I can't afford the good stuff, though, so much for me having a ton of money. Let's see what we got over here. Don't you walk away from me. Don Mohaim, the maker of the heavenly gown of water, lives in Tepa. Okay, well, that's a little bit of information. Are you a shop or not? Why would you walk away from the counter? We deal in items. What can I get you? And I believe this is the item that we're gonna need 2,000 for. We do. So you might notice that there is a blank spot here. In, I believe, other versions of the game, they put question marks there, but in this version, it's just blank. You need 2,000 gold for this one, and it is something that you want. Actually, before I do that, let me make sure I have room. I'm not sure if they're gonna let me deal with that. Let's just throw it. It's fine. It's just like 8 gold, so toss it. Just threw it in the shop somewhere. Okay, well, let's just go. Oh, I could have sold it to him, but it doesn't matter. What do you want? So where'd you hear about this? Well, it's on the menu. It's just blank. The price isn't cheap. Will you take it? I will. Don't tell anyone I sold this to you. Who will take it? Hero will take it. Many thanks. Anything else? Nope. And we got something for 2,000 gold. What did we get? We got ourselves the jailer's key. The next key that we need, because we are going to need to get into jails now. So the golden key got us access to the jailer's key like immediately. We waited so long to get that. You also here to buy the jailer's key? I did get it. I heard the same, but I think it was a damn lie. So that's how you're supposed to know that it's here. No? Just pretend I didn't say anything. Are you another item shop? Okay, what can we get? We can get the normal stuff from you. That's fair. I should actually clear up some more inventory space. I think I am full. Like, I'm starting to run out of room. Yeah, 6, whatever. And then we'll have Maria do it. We have to go out and back in for that to happen. The antidote herb. It's not nearly as useful towards the end of the game as it was at the beginning. There's more poison enemies at the beginning of the game. I'm not sure why they did that. No. There, okay. I hear that Haragon is a master of illusions, but Rubus, spirit of the earth, holds an amulet with the power to dispel them. So we're gonna have to go talk to Rubus at some point. As my interpretation. Don't step on those. How you doing? Welcome, travelers. I still don't have a lottery ticket. Just haven't gotten one this whole time. All right, we'll rest at the inn. 120, fine. So expensive. These hotels, these inns, they know what they have. All right, let's use the silver key here. I try to keep it on hero because he's first on the list. That's really it. Bellboy, could you direct me to the bath? I think I can see it from here. Wait, we opened up both. Interesting. Is there something that we can find here? Yeah, I didn't think so. I think that the only thing that we really wanted to get from the normal town is the jailer's key. My name is Luke, and that's all I remember. I woke up near the coast. We have an amnesiac here. I saw it northwest of town at the foot of Rondarkia. The mountains split apart. And then you're just the normal church guy, whatever we want to call him. Priest? I mean, that works, but I don't know if it's accurate. Okay, we can talk to you. I put a thief named Lagos in jail, but he completely escaped. I wonder how he could have done that. It's not like somebody in town has a jailer's key. use the golden key here. And we will use the jailer's key here. There we go, and that opened up both sides again. Maybe it just opens everything on the screen. The great priest Hargon lives in the mountains of Rondarkia. Only one with the evil idol can open the way there. Do we do anything in these? Sometimes they let you keep going, other times that is a full stop. Like that time. Well, all these times it's a full stop. Maybe though... let's see here, because I believe that we can actually do something this way. There we go. And there is Lagos. So you've found the infamous Lagos. They call him Rouge Fastfinger in other versions of the game. I'll return the Watergate key and I beg your forgiveness. Okay, and Kane probably has it? Yes, Kane has obtained the Watergate key as a result of that. We're so low on inventory space. Okay, so we have everything that we need from town. We got 2 new keys. We know what one does, but what does this floodgate key do for us? We don't really know. I can't leave town from here, can I? No, it's all sealed in. Okay, so we're done though. We can go. Can't afford anything in town anyway. It's too expensive here. So let us get out of town. Can I talk to him? Feel so lonely. It's still open for you. Yep, yep. And out we go. And now we have a bit of a sailing journey ahead of us. We need to head back to Middenhall, I believe. As we can find 4 more spirits, we'll just fight them normally. No need to waste MP on these guys. It's also recommended at this point not to buy the iron helmet, but that's something that I've had for a while. Just fight to victory. Okay, let's head back north. Once again, I'm going to be doing things probably a little bit different because I'm playing... just the item. I'm playing a version of the game that kind of made me do things out of the order that I'm used to doing things. But we should have access to pretty much everything that I want to do eventually. It's just that I'm going to have to do things a little bit differently because of the way that this works. Really? Alright, down you go. Feels like I just don't have enough money. Okay, so we're going to head back north from here. And we're going to go to that island that I probably shouldn't be spending too much time at, but we're going to go there anyway. Just fight. Eventually, you will go down, as long as Hero makes the shot. Okay, so we're going to head... Really? Just for these guys? I believe that even Maria can take him out in one shot. Either way... Yeah. Either way, they don't typically attack. They cast these spells instead, so it just feels like free experience at that point. It's just not a lot of experience. Alright, so we'll head back north. Remember that we had the island that was kind of surrounded by shallows? I feel like we should have gotten it. And there it is. I probably still would have saw it, but yeah, a little bit further to the right. This island here, I don't remember the name of this castle. But I do know that you can encounter metal slimes. Oh, wow. All right, that is a lot of metal slimes here. Of course, as soon as I talk about it. So metal slimes, you want to go all out on them. They're difficult to hit, but if you can kill them, you do get a lot of experience and a lot of gold from it. I believe a lot of gold as well. They don't have anything that's particularly devastating for you. They're just hard to hit and they tend to run from fights. So try to hit as many as you can. They have Sire Ball. It's not the worst thing at this point of the game. Hey, we got one. I will take it. First time encountering metal slimes, not only in this game, I believe in the series. Let's see, is the Sorcerer's Staff item more effective? Okay, we got 2. I didn't think so. So just fight. Yeah, 1's not gonna do it. And down it goes. So we got 3, and for 3 of them, we get 689 points of experience, 267 gold. Absolutely worth it. Take that fight every time. All right, so we have made it back to, I can't remember the name of this place. Don't you tell me? Colosseum of Heroes, but like that's not. Delkondar Castle. Not right now. Okay, so made it back to Delkondar Castle. There's a couple things that we can do here. First, we will find out why you have jailed a dog. Grr. Oh no, it's a bad dog. I think that's the implication, but really, why would you do that? All right, we can head over here and use the key. Here, we got a little bit of damage, but we'll be fine. I was going to rest at the end anyway. A man named Tashu-san has the golden key. I feel like I should point out that there was no way for me to get the jailer's key without the golden key. So there was no way for... No, maybe I could have talked to him through there. He lives in Zehan, an island south of here. So maybe I could have talked to him without the key, but really, that... All right, so there's your clue. That's how you're supposed to know. So we'll rest here now that we've had damage done to us that way. And then we need to figure out how to get that. So he has 2 treasure chests, and there is a golden door behind him. That's the clue. Do I have room? I don't think I do. Hero, give the silver key to Maria. There we go. And then we can hopefully... Do we have anything else that... Yeah, I can get rid of the Chimera Wing. I think I do need 2 inventory spots for this. So let's clear some inventory room. In other games, they give you like a vault that you can store stuff in. Not in this game. No, you're the weapons guy? Is there not an item shop in here? There might not be an item shop in here. Okay, so Maria has a medical herb that can be tossed. Okay, now I have room. That's the important thing, is that I have room. So let's go around and see what we can find here in town by stealing from the merchants. And don't step on the teleport square. I think we did that before and it didn't really do anything for us. Well, no. Let's try it. Because I think there was a golden door back here. I don't think it's particularly useful here, though, but we'll do it. Golden key. And we find ourselves back here. But this is how you're kind of supposed to figure out that sometimes the golden keys deals... Well, they'll be hidden. They'll just be black on the screen. There's a key. Yeah, so remember this guy? That's how we've warped here. But now we can use the golden key here, and that'll give us access back to it. So that's how you're supposed to figure out, oh, sometimes there are black squares that are actually doors. And you can see it from the outside that is what is going on here. You can talk to this guy. He says, you need to get out of here. Or we could just steal your stuff. And we found the armor of Gaia. The guy outside told us about this. So, let's see. From 67 defense on the steel armor to 77 on the armor of Gaia. Gaia, I go back and forth all the time. And then here we can find the sacred knife. But now I have stuff to sell. Hooray. But we got what we came for. So, let us leave and find a place where I can sell things. Since apparently that is going to be needed. Can I entertain him? Let's see. Let's drop an extra save here. I don't think I am ready for it, but let's test it. I've been leveling. Let's entertain him. Then proceed to the center of the Colosseum. And it's time to fight the dog. It's actually a killer tiger. Let's do surround. $23's not the worst. Okay, so he shouldn't be hitting me anymore. Do I have any other spells that I could really deal with? With you. Sleep? We'll try sleep. Still 22 points of damage. Still hit me. But down he goes. Alright, so we can do the Killer Tiger. 81 experience, 48 pieces of gold. That's not enough for the heal that it's going to take, but... anything to say? Bravo! How splendid! I'll reward you with the moon crest! What brave warriors you are. Alright, did a little bit earlier than I normally do, but that is okay. We got ourselves our second crest. He just had it. Once again, I'm just doing things in a completely different order than I am used to. But we were able to do the fight. It wasn't too bad. Probably could have done it the first time, but... alright. Let's head back out, and this time we're going to continue our backtracking north. We are going to go to... I want to call it Middenhall. 3 tough Drackies, not too bad there. Yeah, I do need to go. Alright. Had to check on the world map just to make sure I knew where I was going. How dare one stay alive? Okay, north, and then eventually a little bit east. But for now, we are basically just kind of going to Hall. I think it's here somewhere. Did I not go north enough yet? Entirely possible. Back on the ship. No need to do that. Just held the button slightly too long. Wait, what? Right, yeah, still further north. Still further north. Okay. I got confused by that. I was like, wait, that looks familiar. But not quite there. Okay, here we go. Into Middenhall we go. Look at all those treasure chests. But I need to sell some stuff at the item shop first, because I need to clear out inventory space. So, hero, you can get rid of the steel armor, and that is it. Everything else we need. 750. Not really cutting it, but let's see what else I can get rid of at... no, that's not what I meant to do. I have to go through the whole thing again. Alright, sell. Cane. You can get rid of just the Chimera Wing, and then you are out of inventory space as well. I haven't needed that in a while. He doesn't have anything to sell. And then Maria... maybe has 2? Chimera... so we do have 3. Okay, so we do have a little bit of room here, but Like, we are so tight on room here. Medical herb. And the sacred knife. Alright, back up to 8,000. Not that it's super useful. I don't think I need to rest it here. I think I'm fine. But if we head through here, we can use the silver key there, but we can use the golden key here. That'll lead us down here. Let's talk to you. What's this? I'll take you, thief. Huh? It's only Prince Hero. Pardon me. But we can finally get the treasure that we've locked behind a door that nobody had a key for. A medical herb. Super. Chimera wing. Stuff that I've been selling. The emblem of Roto. That is very nice. That is the real reason we came. That is, as we saw before, needed. Nothing in that one? I'm gonna need you to move. Thank you. And 70 pieces of gold. We did it. And let's go ahead and sell what I got. So that we can clear up some more room, and then we'll try to figure out what I can do. So we can sell, I think Hero got one. We got the medical herb. Then, like, the way that the game forces me to do this inventory management, not my favorite. The Chimera wing can go. At this point, I do feel like I need some money, just it feels like it's not necessarily worth it time-wise. And then Maria picked up something, right? No. Okay, so we got those two things, and we are good. So we can use the silver key there. I think we've done that before. I've talked to both of you. So what we want to do at this point, then, is to head through this silver door. Maria has that now. And then up, or down through here, technically. I can talk to you. This is dungeon, no place at all for royalty. Okay, so now we can use the jailer's key. I think we've already talked to this guy, though. Thanks for opening the gate. Now I'll give you that tip. You can find the life crest in the caves that lead to, in the cave that leads to Rondarkia. All right, so we have the life crest there eventually, and then we'll use the golden key, and then we are going to use step guard, and that should prevent us from getting damage here. It does, and then we can use jailer's key here and talk to you. You were letting me out of here. I am ever so grateful. I will reward you by presenting your corpses to the great Hargon. And we get a fight against the messenger of hell. In other versions, he is known as Rector. I should have saved right before I did this, but we'll be fine. Hopefully. Let's go with a fight, and can I do stop spell on you? No, let's not do the stop spell. You just fight, and then you go for... Let's do defense. I should have done stop spell. Hey, down he goes. Not bad at all. I think he's easier in this version than in later versions. All right, 84 experience. The messenger of hell had a treasure chest. Hero opened it, and we got the Staff of Thunder. That is going to be useful. It is an item that we can use in battle. Okay, so let me think about this one. Who has it? You have it. Okay, so let's trade that to Maria. And then Maria can equip that. It is, well, it's more powerful as a weapon, but it's also more powerful as an item that can be used in a fight. It should hit everybody, I believe, in this version. And then we can have you trade the Sorcerer's Staff to Kane. And then Kane... do I want to equip it on him? That's the question. Iron Spear is 59 to 47. So it's still, he still can hit physical pretty hard. So I think that's still fine. And then we got the step guard went away because we got into a fight. All right, let's go heal. I was gonna do that anyway, so let's go ahead and rest at the inn. And then I think that we are done here. And that those things hit hard. And then we will go ahead and sell. Do I want to? There's a part of me that says I should just hold on to it. Hold on to the Iron Spear in case the Sorcerer's Staff doesn't really work out the way that I want. Okay. Yeah, let's drop a save, and then let me try to figure out where I want to go next, because it's probably different from where they want to take me. Hold on. Okay. Think I have my strategy planned out. Let's head out of here. We are going to sail on the ship, not only because I'm going to need the ship later, but because the fights are better for me at this point. Everything else would just be kind of a waste of time. Let's go ahead and use the Staff of Thunder. 23 damage, far superior, I would say, to what we were doing with the last one. So I think it is worthwhile to give that to Maria for the time being. But if you want to switch that, I wouldn't say it's the worst idea in the world to give the Staff of Lightning to Kane so that Kane has his first multi-targeting attack. But I feel like Maria is the way for me to go right now, simply because it is a stronger attack. So yeah, that's why I had to stop and think about that one. All right, let's go ahead and use the Staff of Thunder. Like I said, it should hit everybody. Should hit all the enemies here. It sure does. I think it's stronger. There were a couple times that it didn't look like it. And a treasure chest, probably with nothing all that great in there. Linen clothes, we will sell that. Probably at the next town, which is this way. If you wanted to go to Larisa, you can go up there. We don't need to go there right now because we just don't have anything to do there. That's one of the things that I wanted to check. I would have something to do there if I ever got a lottery ticket, but I just haven't gotten one yet, and I'm not really going out of my way to get it, so it's fine. All right, you hit that, and you go for nothing's here. Lightning should be super effective against water enemies, you would think, but I don't think the game really works that way. No, it does not. 12! How dare you only do 12 damage? There we go. I haven't gotten a level this entire time, right? Okay, so there is kind of the shrine that's close enough to where we need to go. And then the enemies around here are just not worthwhile. So let's go ahead and cast Repel. Because this is the beginning of the game again. So let's just not get into fights here. I believe I might have gone too far north. I did, substantially. No, isn't that Larisa? Yeah, this is Larisa. So I ended up walking all the way back there anyway. No, we need to go to where we got Kane here. Oh, I probably need to re-up my Repel. Do not fight me. There it is. Okay, here we should have, I believe, a couple things that we can do. I will need to sell to make room. I don't think that Hero has anything. Oh, yeah, he does have that, so. That should be good for now. That is all that I will need. So, let's try to remember where I actually need to go. Okay, so we have the Jailer's Key. That will help here. Ah, the Golden Key will help here. This is the good stuff. Let's just go ahead and take care of that first. How you doing? It's good you've come, Descendants of Roto. Go ahead and open the treasure chest. Sometimes we steal. This time we're told we can have it. Hero opened it and we got the Shield of Roto. So we got the Sword of Roto, Armor of Gaia. But now we have the Shield of Roto. It goes from 77 defense to 87. Another increase by 10. And then nobody else can use the other shield, so we're fine there. Okay, let's go ahead and have the Jailer's Key. Open up these and see what anybody else has to say around here. I've got a tip, look for the silver key. Okay, same tip as before. Do you have anything new to say now that I can open your cell? It doesn't matter if people steal, the world is doomed anyway, right? Same thing, so no new information there, but we did get the upgraded shield, which is very nice. And repel has worn off. That's fine. Okay, let's sell. Hero has a steel shield that nobody else can use. 1,500 pieces of gold. That sounds a lot better. And then I don't think anybody else has anything. You don't have anything to sell. You don't have anything to sell. All right, let's just rest up at the inn because it's super cheap here, and I just got 1,500 gold, so let's spend some of it. Okay, so then once we're done there, we can move on and see if we can't get more upgrades. If you have other modes of transportation in your version of the game, it's recommended to do that at this point. I don't. I don't really care. Nothing here is going to hit me, I don't think. They should be running from me. But it is annoying. Just kill him. Yeah, I didn't think anything was gonna hit me. I'm like, can it even hit Maria? The answer is no. It got annoying enough. Okay. Let us head. Wait, yeah, there's our ship. Let's head to the ship, and then from here, I want to go southwest. Okay. And we're basically just going to follow the path that we have taken for the game so far. We will head back down here to our next town. Which I think was called like Moon or something like that. There it is. In other versions, this is Hamlin, which sounds a lot better. Repel wore off. That's fine again. No, how dare you? What is the name of this town again? That's not the name of the town. Moonpita. Moonputa would be something completely different in Spanglish. Let's go ahead and use the golden key here. And that will lead us to the stairs so that we can... Ooh. Drop a save here, just in case. I don't think it's a difficult thing that we're going to do, but you just never know. Talk to you, Kiki! And it is time for a fight. Yeah, we have two baby devils. Okay, they are upgrades. In other versions, they're called Gremlins, Grim, because they're like upgraded gremlins and they're grim. Okay, so let's have both of you fight, and then you go for the Staff of Thunder here. Okay, 11 across the board is not bad. 1 down, Staff of Thunder did not hit. We're gonna do it again now. 52, 16, sleep. Okay, we're good there. Thunder didn't work again, so just a regular fight. Not too bad at all. 300 experience is it, unfortunately. That's okay. And then once we take them out, we can use the echoing flute. And there's something here! It won't appear until you defeat them, I am told, but it is in this northeast corner. And we found the water crest! That gives us 3 out of the 5 that we need. And the water one just looks like a slime. Alright, let's talk to you, if they will move. Sometimes it just gets sticky. Somewhere out at sea lies the spirit shrine. Go there with the 5 crests, and you shall invoke the great spirit itself. Alright, we did it. And I think that is it for here in town. I don't think there was anything else that we need to do here, but let's go ahead and rest at the inn, and then we will leave. Again, it is far cheaper here than other places. Okay, so our next stop is going to be back to Laditorm. So we're making significant progress here. How do I get there? There's my ship. We do need to go... It's not too bad. As long as you don't poison me. As long as you don't poison me, then it's not too bad. If you have the ability to just zoom to the other towns, like, do it. Alright, where we want to go back to is Laditorm, which is kind of northwest of here a ways. There's still these little shallows that you can't go through, unfortunately. But head north, and then west of here, this is the Marsh Cave from the first game. And then we can head in here, eventually. Not the worst fight, but not great. Let's have you take out the Sea Slug, you take out the Numbing, and we'll see what the Staff of Thunder does against the Medusa Balls. The Sea Slug I want to take out because it can summon friends, but really the Medusa Balls are the things that scare me the most. I just want to take out all the little things first, because I know I can take them out quickly. Okay, Staff of Thunder, there we go. Yeah, 2 of those is enough. And this is how we save MP. Alright, no, we still didn't make it. Yeah, this isn't too bad. Staff of Thunder basically just replaces the Inferno spell, and type of magic doesn't seem to matter too often in this game. It does matter, I believe, at certain points, but not too much. Really? None of you went down? Well, okay. Just fight, and eventually you guys will go down. Down go the baboons. Nothing too scary for this point in the game. We're fine. Okay, into town we go. Into Laditorm. And here, I have to remind myself of where it is. Let's avoid all the people that just get in my way. Alright, we got a spot up here. Let's use the golden key there. And that leads us to you. This is a sewing shop. Do you seek the thread of dew and rain? I believe the answer to that is yes. I think it's yes. Let's try yet. It's quite a shame, really, for I've just run out of it. The thread is a blessing from the sky. It is carried by the wind and always falls on the 3rd floor of the Northern Dragonhorn Tower. And that is the clue that you are supposed to get. We will have to go back and do that. I believe in other versions it's sparkly, so there you could see it, but in this version, you have to be told it's there. I will await your return. Okay. So I think she asked if I had it, and I didn't in the original, but in this translation it says something different. Okay. So I think there's another spot for us up here that is more useful. There is. We can talk to the king. You must be desperate to have come out of your way to a place like this. I'm just a retired old man. Ha ha ha. Anything else? That's it? In this version, you gotta use the echoing flute? Nope, there is nothing here. There is nothing here. He's supposed to give me something. But I don't have what it takes yet, is my interpretation of what just happened. So let's just go ahead and go here, and we'll rest up because we do need to go through the dungeon again. The Dragon Lord's Castle dungeon. So let us do that. And we'll try to make this quick. We know where we're going. We're going to go as fast as I can down to the bottom section. Let's take out the mummies, and you go for the Staff of Thunder on the Gorgon heads. Yeah, mummies hit hard and summon friends, so let's go for them. Of course, probably should have gone the other way. 14 damage, hits fairly hard. Let's try it again. The Gorgon heads, just always annoying. Eventually it will work. I forgot how annoying these guys are. You know what? I'm just gonna meet you at the bottom. We have done this before. I'll meet you at the bottom of the dungeon. I forgot how annoying Gorgon heads are. Alright, made it to the bottom level of the dungeon. Let's go ahead and see what we can do here. We will need to cast Step Guard so that we don't die. I'm not gonna lie, those were very annoying fights at times. Let's go ahead and use the key. I believe that it will open up any door that I'm touching in the same square, so I don't have to be facing the same way. That's what was happening with the jail key. Okay, let's search here, and we got 157 gold. A Chimera Wing that I will sell or toss. A lottery ticket! Finally, we got our first lottery ticket of the game. I can finally show that off. And a medical herb. No. We gave up the medical herb. Okay. Really? Let's just go outside. I'm not dealing with this. Alright, we got what we came for. We got it. And then we can head back to town here. And then we can rest at the inn, and then we can... Where's the inn again? Oh, man. Those fights, they were long. We will rest at the inn, and then we will head out. We have a couple different places that we need to go. I should point out that along the way, Maria got a level. Nothing too spectacular, though. No new spell or anything, just a couple points here and there. doing pretty well. I also realized during that I don't really need to have the Sorcerer's Staff equipped. I can just keep the Iron Lance equipped and then use the Sorcerer's Staff as an item without it being equipped. So we're going to do that. All right, so from here, we need to go back to the Dragon's Horn, which we talked about before. Keep that way. Need to go out this way. This time going south, I think, will be the faster route. So let us head back to the northern part of the Dragon's Horn. And I believe that it was on the first floor, but yeah, I might have to remind myself as we go in which one it is, because we just kind of have to search for it. Other versions of the game, they point it out to you, but I believe that it is like somewhere around here. No. Maybe they did say the third floor. Well, head up. And this one, we don't have the curly way around. Okay, so I believe like third floor. Let's search all the little corners here. That was probably the most likely one. There we go. The Thread of Dew and Rain. Yes. We will have Kane throw something away. No. Hero throw something away. Yeah, the linen clothes. I should have sold those, but that is fine. We got the Thread of Dew and Rain. These fights should not be too bad for us at any point in this dungeon anymore. The Staff of Thunder. There we go, on the monstrous. $26, $29, down you go. All right, so we got what we came for here. I don't believe there's really any point in me going up any higher. Staff of Thunder. That should take out most of them. No? Apparently not. These guys are harder than I remember. Really, we're just kind of getting experience at this point, and you might have noticed, like, I've only gotten one level this entire time, and it was for Maria, and it didn't seem like a whole lot. I believe max level in this game is 30, so like we're getting there, but man, it just feels like it requires so much experience. Okay, let's head out of here to the north. And then get back in our ship and head right back to where we were. I should check the port while I'm over here. I don't think there's anything I need to do there, but I'm not entirely sure. I figured I could take out more of these more easily. Yeah, let's head north and go to the port town. I can't remember the name of the port, but we'll head back there and see what, if anything, we can do special now that we have 2 more keys. Well, technically 3 more keys. Because it's not far at all. We're basically there. Okay. What do we have here that is new for me? I don't think there's anything. Everything was just kind of as is. Yeah, that's it. There was nothing there. Okay, so let us sell something here. Oh, we have the lottery ticket. We can do that here. I was thinking that we were going to have to go back to, like, the first continent. Let's give the lottery wheel a spin. Yes, explain it to us now that we finally can do it, like halfway through the game. As the lottery wheel spins, push the button to stop it. 3 sun symbols wins the first prize, a gold card. 3 star symbols win a prayer ring. There are other prizes as well. Let's play now. Go for it. Ha ha ha. That is water water, heart. That was close. As a consolation prize, I'll give you another lottery ticket. All right, let's try it again. Let's gamble. No, we're good this time. I just hit the button 3 times in a row, quickly, hoping for the best. That was close. All right, another lottery ticket. We're gonna go till we either lose it or we get a prize. Sorry, better luck next time. All right, so we lost. It is gambling after all. Okay, so that is done. Let us head back on our ship and back to Latitorm, where we can deal with these things that we picked up. You could have picked them up at any time, but it, once again, doesn't feel right for me to pick up things just because I know they're there. If the game hasn't given me any sort of clue, but other times the game doesn't really give you too many clues, so you just gotta have to figure it out. And then those I'll pick up. This one, they specifically told you how to get it, so that is what I wanted to show off. And then we'll have you do the Staff of Thunder. No issue there. So much experience. I am curious now. How much does it take to get to the next level? 3,300 and God, almost 7,000. Let's go ahead and save just in case. It's been a while since I have saved. Okay, so we now have the thread that can be used at the sewing shop. So let's go and use that. Thread of Dew and Rain. Do you seek the Thread of Dew and Rain? I don't seek it, I have it, which is probably what you're asking. It's quite a shame, really, for I've just run out of it. The thread is a blessing from the sky. It is carried by the wind and always falls on the 3rd floor of the Northern Dragonhorn Tower. Okay. No. I will wait your turn. Alright, so she doesn't do anything with this for us, so maybe it is the king here that will do that for us. I thought we had to talk to her for that. I'm just a retired old man, ha ha ha. Wait, let's try to give her the thread here. Maybe that's the trick. Use that here, but didn't know how. Okay, maybe we have to give it to the king? I thought we just had to talk to him. What are we doing with the Thread of Dew and Rain? Because, yeah, in other versions, you just talk to this guy, and that's it. Okay, so none of that is working, so hold on while I try to figure out what I'm supposed to do with this. Alright, in this version of the game, as far as I can tell, this guy doesn't do anything for us. So we are just going to move on. I believe that I could use a heal, so we'll go ahead and heal on the way out of town, and then we will try to go to a couple more spots that will give us upgrades. I will have to do some level grinding fairly soon, but I'm hoping to kind of stick with the levels that I have for now. So let's head out and see what I can find. That is not a nice fight. You take out the Medusa Ball, you go for Numbing, and you go for a Staff of Thunder here. So yeah, in this version of the game, he does not have a crest. In other versions of the game, just talk to him and he gives it to you. But this one, we have to earn it a little bit more. So we're going to take care of that. Let's hope for the best with the Staff of Thunder here. That should do the trick if it lands. It does. Lots and lots of experience that we're going to need for this game. So we're going to head to a spot in the first part of the game that we have avoided to this point as we take on more just weaker enemies. These are not difficult at all. One Staff of Thunder use gets rid of every last one of them. But it was enough to get us our next level. I think that's Kane. Yeah, that's what we saw. Strength by 1, agility by 3, HP by 3, MP by 3, and we did get a spell. Let's take a look and see what that is. That is Firebane. I believe that is a more powerful multi-targeting fire spell. I think. All right, so where we want to go is here. We need to go to this shrine in kind of the southeastern part of Dragon Quest I's land. All right, we can talk to you. Remember, we've talked to this guy before. We took that warp that ended up behind him, and we talked to him. He said we needed the emblem of Roto. We have that now. I've been waiting for the descendants of Roto. His helmet is now to be yours. And then it is. So Maria had the emblem of Roto. Maria now has the helmet of Roto. Can Hero have that? No. So Hero's got to get rid of something else. So we'll give out the Thread of Dew and Rain. That is going to be useful later, as you might imagine. And then we can have Maria trade the helmet over to Hero, and Hero can equip it. So from 87 defense to, if it's the last one, they won't show you, 101 defense. So up by 12, I think it was. That is significant. And we have an orc. I think this is our first time encountering an orc. There it is. 49. 12 points. Like, it's not the weakest enemy, but down it goes. 61 experience. That's a lot for a single enemy. Okay, so that done. We are going to head out again. Where do we want to go this time? I think we want to go all the way to Zehan again. I think we are done there. Fastest way is probably backwards from what I think. All right, so let's go west. I think this is the faster way. I'm not entirely sure. All right, 3 numbings. This is definitely the harder way to go, but I think it will work out. Because remember that a world map in a game like this loops around. I should have used the staff. Loops around, and people have kind of mapped it out the way that it works. It's like a donut shape. It is a circle with a hole in the middle. In order for things to loop around the way that they do. So we can head north from here, and we'll head north kind of off the map, and then we will go west from there and hope for the best. Okay, I don't think there's anything we can do there. So we will go... Let's actually go west from here. And... Okay, not too difficult to fight this one. You take out that, you take out that, and we'll hope for the best on Medusa Balls. I got so used to hitting the Staff of Thunder that was like second on the list. Now that it's not there anymore, it's not as easy for me to remember that. But we'll get there. Once again, I just do it out of habit after I just said that it's not there anymore. Okay, let's go west from here until we get to kind of an area that we haven't been to before, which is there. And then we can go north. And then from this eastern island, head straight north. And that should eventually loop around and get us where we need to go. Not too bad. That was a lot faster than I thought it was going to be, and we've made it back to Zehan. I'm just going to go ahead and rest at the inn. Actually, we'll do that in a bit. Let us talk to you first. Now that we have step guard, you're gonna need step guard for this. We should be able to make it through there. And what I want to do is cast step guard. And then let's go to the western side. I don't think you can make it without step guard. You would have to heal so many times. I don't remember seeing you out there. We will talk to you later. All right, jailer's key here. And we get ourselves an item. And we found the sacred loom. It's called the subtle shuttle in other versions of the game. I like sacred loom. That works better. Let's go ahead and make sure that step guard is still going. I think it should still be up, but let's not risk it. Then we can head over here and get the jailer's key going. And then we can search here and get nothing. That's fine. We got what we needed. We have the two things. We have the loom and we have the thread. Those seem related. Once again, I'm not risking it. You can die so easily doing that. And then there was a guy over here that I wanted to talk to that I don't think we talked to before. You have anything interesting to say? I came all the way here pursuing one named Lagos. That man is a thief. We already dealt with Lagos. We're fine there. Okay, so that is what we came for here. So let us rest at the inn and make our way out of here. It is more expensive, but that is fine. I am told that there is a money glitch that I could do with the Staff of Thunder that I probably missed out on, but I don't want to use glitches to get a whole bunch of money. Okay, let's drop another save because I don't like heading out and hoping for the best. The game has not been as kind to me in this version as I would like. All right, let's go there and there and there. And we're good. We are good. So we have made it to, well, we've gotten the two things that we need, but we have been told about something else that we can make. I don't remember exactly how they phrased it here, but there was a legendary creator that we are looking for at this point. Down go the smoke rats, down go the smoke rats at least, so then we can take out the Vapuri, as they love to call themselves. And we can head out. For the record, in other versions of the game, that empty chest in Zehan, it would contain a prayer ring, which would have been so nice for us to have. Okay, let's head north from here. There we go. That is... right. We're fine. So there is... if you need another leaf of the world tree, or whatever they call that, you can get it there. We will head out of here, and I don't think we need to go there, but you know, I could use the heal. I could use the rest. It's too much work. Too much work. I forgot that it was just in the middle. Yeah. All right, we're going to move on. So this is a very specific spot where you have to go to. So let me pull up the map at this point and make sure I'm landing in the right spot. We have a ways to go. So you can see there's mountains everywhere. We can't make it in. I should heal. let's heal with Kane, and then we'll continue on. All right, once we make it past the mountains where we clearly can't land anything, we should start seeing some forest coming up here. There is far more here than I thought. And lightning. Go for the Staff of Thunder. Even though thunder and lightning, technically two different things, I always think of them as the same thing in video games. Because that's often how they are treated. But yeah, it's not technically a Staff of Lightning, it's thunder, and thunder is different. It's the sound waves. All right, so ignore this and just keep going. Keep following the coastline here. There's some shallows over there. Just ignore that whole island for now. And then up here, there's a small passage. Ignore that one. That is going to lead you to a spot where, like, you think you can make it, but you can't. I don't. Actually, wait. I think that actually will make our trip a little bit shorter. I think. Let's test it. Let's test it. This might be entirely wrong. But if you follow this narrow river, let's call it, all the way up and to the right. Yeah, okay, so that is what's going on. You can't make it past here. So you can see the town. That is our goal. But you can't do it that way. You have to go the other path, which is on the other side of that bridge. That's our real goal. So I figured that was the case, but you know, on the world map, it was not particularly clear for me. So let's head to the other section, which is up, and this one here will lead us to our goal. Trying to go super careful. Not that it's too bad if I get off the ship, but still. Okay. That looks rather difficult. A headhunter eyeball. Let's have you do that, you do that, and you, just in case, go for the new enemy. The Vaporous I can deal with. 31 points. Okay. Headhunter didn't hit too hard. Vaporous hits way harder. But I think we have it pretty much gone. Not too bad. Okay. Let's head this way and land on the western side with the hills here. And then you can head through. You want to go north past the swamp and around to the east that way. What is the one that I'm going to have to go for first here? Let's have you go for the Warlock, you go for the Hibbabango, and you try to take out the Puppet Men? I think that's the way to go. Alright, Warlock down. That's probably useful. The Puppet Men will occasionally dance to get rid of my MP, though, so I don't like them. You go for that again. Alright, Staff of Thunder. We got one. So far, they're not doing the thing that's the worst for me, so that's fine. Everybody just attack at this point. There's the one. There it goes. Okay, fine. Let's head up and around. One man-eater centipede. We've been taking this one on for a long time. That is not a difficult enemy for us. Alright, all the way over to the east of these mountains. Monstresses? Like the same things that we were fighting in the towers? Like the Dragon's Horn towers? Like that's... I'm surprised that any of those lived. Very strange, the enemy groupings that we're getting here. Some of these are difficult, some are not. I'm confused by this. Oh, an astonishing blow. Thunder do it? Thunder didn't do it. But it doesn't matter because you missed. But we made it through there. I was hoping for a level. Man, like the hills, such a high encounter rate. A mandrill. Like the weakest of the monkey enemies that we have seen to this point. I think it's got 40 HP, so just one attack I knew would do the trick. The encounter rate around here very high, as to be expected. Okay, there we go. Higher level enemies. And you go for the headhunter. So down you go. And we just got the puppet man. Down you go. All right, not too bad. We are so close. But we can now go around the forest. And this is a tough place to get to. Hidden among the mountains here. All right, but we have made it. Welcome to the village of Tepa, it is called in this version of the game. In other versions of the game, it's called Sluice. Some of these translations just not even close. Let's talk to you. I am a traveling soldier. They say that the master weaver of the heavenly gown of water is in this village. Funny enough, that seems to be what I'm going for here. Yeah, I don't need to talk to you. You're just normal. You're a normal guy. All right. Normal priest, whatever you want to call it. They say that the moon fragment is in the full moon tower. Well, that would make sense. Weapon shop here. What do you have? The Falcon Blade? That's... I know that's really good. Dragon Killer magic armor could be nice. Shield of Strength and iron helmet. Do I need any of this right now? We'll deal with that in a little bit. I do want that magic armor. But I don't have room right now for that, so we'll figure out a way to get room. Help us catch the thief Lagos. He snatched the Watergate key from this village. Oh, that sounds like something I have. The full moon tower can be seen to the south of this town. Long ago, it could be reached by ship. Not anymore, apparently. We'll head up here because she's blocking my path. There's a dog up there, too. I do need to rest at the inn, so we'll go ahead and deal with that. Gets rid of some of my money. It's so expensive, 40 per person. Open the water gate. If you do that, water will return to the dry riverbed. You deal in items. Let's see. What can I sell here? Do you have anything to sell? The iron helmet can be sold. Oh, that's a lot of money. I will take that. You don't sell anything else? Let's see if the prince has something to sell. If Kane does. No. That's going to make things a little bit more difficult for me later. Because he's the one that I want to upgrade. Maria should have something. I think there was, yeah, a Chimera wing. Okay. Then we can head up and see if I can't find... Oh! Dog led me to you. Woof, woof, woof. How are you doing? Gina, you've got to forgive me, huh? You're not Gina. No, I'm sure not Gina. And then we'll deal with the rest of that in a bit. Oh, that's out of town. Thought we were good there. Okay, so let us head around and get into that door. That seems important. There's a few things that seem important so far. That's definitely one of them. I'm Gina. Where has that husband of mine gone? I wonder. All right, let's deal with this. Door opened. And inside we can find you. You have gathered my tools, young one. I am at a loss for words. So we have, but in other versions is the Celestial Steel, the Celestial Skin, S-K-E-I-N, and Subtle Shuttle. And for this was the thread and the loom. I don't remember all of them. Let me weave you a heavenly gown of water. It will take some time, so please come back in a day or so. And then I think you actually in this version have to save and like come back, but we're not going to do that just yet. Okay, so that is dealt with. Let's trade one of Kane's items. We'll get the echoing flute over to Maria. And then we should have room for Kane to get his upgrade. We'll go ahead and purchase that magic armor. And that is it for now. We'll go ahead and equip that. The iron spear still. All right, 54 to 59. Not a huge increase, but a little under 10%. It's still significant, but it's not what we have been seeing in other places. All right, we'll talk to you. No, that's not what I wanted. No. Yeah, you don't have the sign that says in. So we'll sell to you. And you can have the clothes of evasion. No. All right. Then, do you have anything more to say if I, like, tell you, like, she's, like, right over there? Can't deal with that. All right, so let's head over here. And then we can use the jailer's key here? Yeah, that's the jailer's key. And then we'll head down, and this is where we will then use the other key. What do we call it in this one? In other versions, it's the floodgate. This is the Watergate key in this version. Controversial. And we have opened that up. That is very nice. So we can open up the riverbed just outside of town. Those 3 spots, those are now open to us. But we can also, yeah, as you can see there, we can also get access to the tower. So what we're going to do is head out of here. This is where things get, I think, annoying. That'd be the phrase that I would use for this. Annoying. Is in order to get the gown, I don't believe we can just kind of leave and come back. Let's try that though. Because if this works, then it'll save me a lot of time compared to what I believe I have to do. So let's head here and see if we can't get our gown already. Sorry, I haven't finished it yet. Please be patient. Yeah. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to sail to a town where we can save. And then basically reset the game. And granted, it will be easier next time we come here, but yeah, it's not great. Okay, let's actually have you hit the hippobangos. And then you go for the Staff of Thunder there. Hero, could you hit, please? Thank you. Not enough to kill, though. You continue to hit the hippobangos, and you go for that. Alright. Still not enough to kill them, really. This turns out to be a difficult fight. You... like that. Let's do that. Okay. And that should work. Nope. One down. And Kane gets the other one. Now we can all focus kind of on you. Not a good sign that I needed to heal. Looks like twice after that one fight, but that's the way that it goes sometimes. Okay, heal in Kane. It just never feels like you're properly leveled in this game. It always just feels like, things are just difficult. I would say, like, it just kind of maintains a difficulty level that is just higher than I would think. All right, so we got a gold orc. Let's kind of focus a bit on that while you try to take out the hippobangos, probably in the next couple turns. $18, $21, $25, not gonna do it. So the fact that the gold orc didn't die yet makes me a little nervous, so we'll just keep trying to focus a little bit there. That is a lot of damage. Finally, it goes down. Okay, you two, you focus there. You heal Maria, and you go for the Staff of Thunder there. Okay, we're gonna be fine, but it just doesn't feel that way right now. Way more difficult fights the second time around here. I think I need to get a heal across the board. That gold orc, it's hard. Nope, need another one. Okay, let's head back to our ship. Just one gold orc by itself isn't too scary, I don't think. 35, 54, down you go. Yeah, not scary when it's by itself, and you do get 200 gold for defeating the gold orc. That makes sense. You get a lot of gold for defeating something with gold in its name. Okay, let's head out. Once again, the long journey that will not need to happen next time. We can just kind of sail our ship directly to the place, to the town next time. But for now, we have to do this. All because the guy just takes time to do it. Why they did this, I'm not entirely sure. I think it's to try to get you more levels, because we are getting close to another spot where I'm going to have to level grind. I will need the hero up to level 22. That just takes some time. Speaking of which, is that a level for the hero? Hey, there we go. Strength up by 6, agility up by 4, HP by 13. That's significant. So we're getting there. It's just taking some time. Let's have you focus on the puppet man, and you focus on the headhunter eyeballs. Down goes one. Nope, the other one's still going. That's why I wanted to focus on the puppet man. You go for that, you go for that, and you try to finish these two off. Yes? No. More MP lost. Kid, you're just killing me with this stuff. All right. You go that way. More heals. We need to get back on the ship. I do have another way of healing, don't get me wrong, but like I'm starting to run low on MP. I don't like that. Immediately into a fight. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Heal slimes should give us a chance to drop lottery tickets. That would be nice. I'll say most of them should die to that. Sometimes it just hits for like half, and I'm not sure why. Don't waste MP on these guys. Staff of Thunder. Once again, the Staff of Thunder should kill all of them, but every once in a while it'll miss, and every once in a while it will do like half damage, and I'm not sure why. Alright, they're gone. More experience for us. Let's get out of here, and we need to go find a town where we can rest up and fully save is really what we're looking for. But I do need to rest up as well. And that means going probably east. It's probably the best way to go. Hawkman, no. Numbing. And now Stop Spell doesn't really do anything against me because I'm never using spells really in the fights anymore. And down you go, and down you go. Not too bad. And all this experience will add up at some point. It will benefit us somewhere along the way. Yeah, level 22 is going to be our next goal. But for now, we head east and see if we can't get a heal. I think there really isn't too much that I can do along the way here. But I do want to kind of show the process, because we haven't done the process yet of saving and then quitting and getting back in. So that's really the reason that I want to show this off. So we'll head over here. And eventually we can find our way back to the underground town. That will take care of numbings. Hopefully. As long as I don't get put to sleep. 20 is still enough? We can head... Just one numbing's not doing a lot for me. Alright, there is town. I believe there's a place to save in here. If not, I might just warp somewhere. Alright, we'll deal with this though. Isn't there a place to save here? I swear there was. If I talk to you, will that do it? Start northwest town, the further one darker, the mountain spirit's heart. No. After all of that, this isn't even a spot where I can deal with anything. Okay, so after all of that, I'll just meet you on the other side. I will find a place to save, and I'll show you the process then. Made it back to a king. Let's go ahead and show off what this takes. All right, so we need 8,500 for Hero, 4,700 for Kane, and 2,000 for Maria. This time we will record the event in the adventure log, and we have to say no, we will not continue our quest. Rest then for a while, let us meet again. Please push and hold the reset button and turn off the power. Right. That is not how it works for me, but go ahead and we'll hit power again, and restart the game. All right. Then we can continue our adventure log here. And there we go. Welcome back. And it gives us the same numbers again. So what we now need to do is sail all the way back, because there's not really anything left for us to do here. So we'll just sail back. And to be honest, I believe that what I'm going to be doing is sailing all the way back and then level grinding here later on, trying to get those metal slimes to show up again. I'll take care of that sailing off screen, and I will take care of this sailing off screen. I will meet you at the entrance to to the last town. Made it back in my ship back to the previous town. Remember that because we fixed the river, the dry riverbed, we are able to go the shorter route this time. I should point out that there is a tower down there that we also have access to. That is that full moon tower that they were talking about. That is too difficult for us right now. So we're going to take care of other things first, including level grinding. But first, we are going to head back here. Right, don't talk to the door. Use the golden key on the door. Honestly, I would love if you guys just knew when I hit A that's what I wanted to do. Great timing, I've just finished. Yeah, if I did try, for the record, resting at an inn at a different town. The only way to be able to do this seems to be to actually power off the console and power it back on. Then you can get back in. Here is the heavenly gown of water. The young lady there should probably wear it. But who has it? Oh, did you give it to her directly? Nice. Staff of Thunder, there it is. Heavenly gown of water. We have 54 defense power, up to 69. That is 15 points higher. That's over 25%, I think. All right, let's talk to you. And we can sell the clothes of evasion. We will not need that anymore. 938 gold pieces. We're up to 15,000. It feels like a lot until you remember that there was that one place where we needed 30,000 just to get the stuff. All right. So, like I said, at this point, I am going to go back to that Colosseum area. And I'm going to level grind there. I believe that is the best spot for me at this point to do the level grinding. I need to get Hero up to 22, also Kane up to 20, and the Princess to 15. That is the goal. And then we can go to a different area. It's still not this tower. We are still not going to go there. We're going to go somewhere else instead. So I will take care of that off screen, and I will meet you back on the other side. That is going to do it for this part of Dragon Quest II. I've been ballerscuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. I hope you laughed, I hope you learned, and I hope to see you next time for more Dragon Quest II. Thanks for watching.